Alright. So basically, how did you guys meet?
Well, it's an interesting one. I met Alex under Potter Road Bridge, so just off Bristol Square basically, and he was just drumming under there. And I thought, that guy's really funky. So I turned back, I was like, oh, I think he's really good. And I thought, actually, I want to talk to him. So I went and talked to you, and they were like, hey, you're a student? You were like, yeah, I am a student.
Yeah.
Oh, do you live near? Yep, I live near Summerhall. Hey, Tone Garden, you want to practice there? You want to try some stuff out? And we
Remember
did.
the whole conversation.
And then like everything kind of branched out from there.
Yeah. And then met Misha, met Matt, Callum.
I came in right at the end. It was
Callum's-
like all sorted.
Yeah.
Elaborative as a description there.
yeah, just kind of built up, and then since like mid-summer, it's been us 5, and then we've been like 10 since then.
A big part of it was drum sock as well, isn't it?
Yeah, true. I met Misha originally in drum sock, like second year, and then you played bass and asked him to join once I was set up for Joe and his mate John, who was originally on guitar as well, but then he got involved in footlights and stuff like that and couldn't play, so we met. Yeah,
it was kind of like different groups, and it just all came together like randomly. It wasn't like everyone's coming from a cohesive scene. It kind of was patched together, I guess.
Alright. How did you come up with the name Jambouree?
Joe just made it up.
Yeah, I just thought it sounded alright. I don't really know. It's like one of these off the cuff like early like suggestions. I was just throwing about names with people, and one person was like, "Oh, Jamboree." It's like, hey, that's quite cool. But I didn't want it to just be like with like an O. I wanted a U in there as well, so you could have like jam, and then Bourree's like this weird French dance thing. And
Is it?
yeah, and like so it's like dancey, jammy kind of like it kind of describes a little bit our sound, I suppose.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like you just came up with it, doesn't it?
How do you typically go about writing a song?
We don't know.
Well, it's like
it kind of varies.
it's kind of 2 ways, really. It's like usually Joe, for like Evangeline and Alchemy and a lot of the other songs and some of the songs now, Joe comes in with a composition, different parts, and he comes in with the foundation of it, and then we all add to it, and it develops into a song structure-wise. Or also, like, it's just a complete collaboration. Like, we just jam something in a practice. It just happened with one song, Lava Lava. You just go,
we just wrote it in a day, didn't we?
yeah, it's just,
Like I was saying, we don't know though. So we don't. I still think we haven't got a perfect method yet. That all like we still kind of deciding, aren't we?
Yeah.
Changing.
Yeah. It's like trial and error a lot. Yeah.
I mean, that spontaneity kind of like helps it kind of the tracks be varied and like bring different things out at different times, so you get different things out of different tracks. Sometimes if they're really ordered, then they might appear really ordered, but then you can feel like the more jammy elements and where we've been more spontaneous.
And also, like, just from gigging them, like saying with a band, like touring a song they've just written, it develops after you've played it, and you get different responses and you do different things spontaneously. It like develops from that.
So playing live, you sometimes change things around, and then you maybe change the actual song from playing it live.
Yeah. Hot Sand happened. That happened a lot.
You're all at university,
Oh yeah.
how do you maintain a balance between your coursework and writing music? If you do.
It kind of varies
I
week
guess
on
it's
week.
different for each of us.
Yeah.
Like, what about you?
I don't know. I do part-time, so it's less of a struggle for me, but I guess I sometimes have to prioritise band a bit, but I feel like we all do that a bit.
Yeah.
Actually,
Me personally, I enjoy doing this more in coursework, so I just say if I can practice, then I don't miss lectures because of it, but like I put priority over this much time.
I think like if it comes for me, like if I'm writing tracks for this, then like I'll probably work during the day, and then just like when I'm fucking about in the evening, basically, like I might write something, and it'll just ideas will come from just times when I'm jamming with myself, and then like we'll meet once or twice a week, and like show off those ideas or like develop
Does it
stuff.
impact your studies?
Not really. Like trying to keep the balance. I think it's going alright.
I guess like a degree it's like full time, but it's probably a bit less than full time.
Yeah.
Most. But so you still like every evening you're not really going to be doing. If you're doing like a full day in the library, you've got time in the evening to do stuff, haven't you? Quite comfortably.
The jazz scene in some cities can be seen as quite elitist. How have you found getting an audience in Edinburgh, along with getting a following for your band?
I don't think we have. I don't think we've really gone to like the jazz scene as such, have we? completely.
Well, we're just
out.
Dipping our
starting-
toe in it.
We're just
like, with
starting
jazz
now,
bar.
really.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
But like we haven't got. I wouldn't say all the people who come to our gigs are like from the jazz scene. Like far from it. Definitely, loads of them are just.
well, there isn't
people
like
who
that's
we're
the thing.
friends with, yeah.
They're not. It's not really like a proper jazz scene in Edinburgh anyway. Like there's just different generations of people that kind of play that music, and they don't really get together that much.
Hmm.
Or if they do, there's just like one group that's like plays in loads of, and then all the different players like playing loads of different bands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like there's not really much of a scene to like grab onto
There's-
anyway.
There's not much of a scene as in like London where there's loads of jazz clubs. It's basically just venue to venue in Edinburgh. Whereas it's like Jazz Bar has its own jazzy scene where like regular people play. Henry's has its own regular scene where like more folky people play.
Yeah.
So it's just dependent on like getting in those venues and getting to know people.
Mm.
And it's, I'd say, elitism, Jazz Bar probably is the most difficult one to enter into because it's so
Yeah.
busy and like everyone, the quality is really good.
But from our experience, it was okay getting
Yeah.
into it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Even so, I was still like Bill's watching us like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was,
you
kind,
still-
it was kind
yeah.
of it was kind of scary. Definitely. But like we've also like
He's the owner of Jazz Bar.
because of like the co-op here and like Drumsock and stuff, we've got like a decent amount of students that we know personally and just people that seem to like us that are students. So
Mm.
I think luckily we're not really like pandering to like elitist kind of groups, if you know what I mean.
Is there anything new we can see coming soon from Jambouree? Like EPs, gigs,
Yeah,
and everything?
like, I guess I think we're going to do an EP maybe like come January. We've got another
January, yeah.
We've got another jazz bar gig, and then we're going to just record some of the tracks that we haven't got down yet, and see where it takes us from there. Really,
So when's the Jazz Bar gig?
16th of January,
Oh, right.
so a little while yet.
It's like
So
when
we've got
people are back for refreshers.
Yeah, it's the end of the
Refreshers.
first week of uni.
First week of uni, is it?
It's the end
Pretty
of the
much,
first week.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the Saturday of the first
So
week.
before after refreshers.
After refreshers.
Refreshers, then first week of uni, then our gig.
Refreshers isn't a week. It's like refreshers week is week
It's
one.
during,
of-
yeah, that's true, yeah.
We got back on the 11th, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
it's
then
like
it's
that.
that Saturday at the end of that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I really need. So thanks.
Thank you all.